Hi, and welcome to the show. Again, we thank God you can view the show, whether it's in your living room, whether it's in your bedroom, or even in your kitchen, whatever area that you watch the show. We're excited to bring you DAP Ministries Presents. I'm your host, the Reverend Willie Williams Jr. Excited about the information you're going to receive today. We have our co-host back. Welcome back. He's going to tell you where he's been. I know he's been on assignment. I tell you, he has so much information he want to give to you. Only thing I want to say before we bring him on is that go down to the lower ninth ward. Second half, I'll tell you some exciting information about what's taking place. It's already started. It started on Thursday. One of the entrepreneurs, I'll give you his name on the second half. He started up his ribbon cutting up a laundromat in the lower ninth ward. That's back on was that Galvez and Caffin Avenue. Yeah. Has a grocery store. I'll give you his name in the second half. But you know, I always say about what's happening and things are happening. It's good to hear that more businesses are coming online, and then the businesses are expanding as well. Again, go down to the lower ninth ward, see the devastation, but realize the restoration that God's going to do and bring it back. Again, we're also praying for the citizens that were flooded in Baton Rouge and the surrounding parish area. We're still praying for them, and also all those individuals that are going through hurricanes, cyclones, and things of that nature. We experienced that with Katrina, so we know how it feels. We don't know exactly how they're taking it, but we know how we took it. Again, he's here with us in the person of Reverend Darrell Smith, and also known as DK Smith. It's just good to see you back, and you still have your finger on the pulse of what's taking place. What do you have, a saying? What's your saying?
Yeah, thank you. On the radio, on air from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m., WYLD AM 940. I'll take you home in style with a smile. And DK Smith, a.k.a. the PM Pastor.
And I say this, he still have friends over in Afghanistan. He has friends in Paris, France.
Don't forget about Russia.
No.
Romania.
Say Romania. I don't know if you want to mention some of your friends in Russia now.
No, Romania. And a new friend in Spain that just came over.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. What about your friend that used to be in Chicago?
She's here.
See, making people move over here. I don't know what's going on, but check your visa before you come in the country.
Well, we do want to welcome everyone, and of course it's on Vimeo too, as well as YouTube, so people could check out the show that we have. And I just want to say thank you, and I also thank our co-host, Donetta Mahaffey, for holding down the fort. You know, partly vacation, partly medical leave, but you know, I thank God for just being able to
So where you been, to Pasadena, California, somewhere? You got a suntan and stuff like that.
No. Just had to get away for a little bit, you know. But then again, I say this with all due respect to those who are older than me, like yourself.
What you say about old people?
No, I was just going to say, it comes with age, you know. It comes with age. And so wisdom dictates to me to say, you know, I can't do a whole lot at the same time.
Well, the good thing about it, you're recognizing that you're getting older, and hopefully you're getting wiser. So that's the good thing about getting old. You realize that you can't do everything that you used to do.
Yeah, I know.
And so that's a good thing, you know, because guess what? If you're still 18, you probably still would be getting in trouble.
Oh, yeah.
18. You see, you remember 18.
Oh, yeah.
So what do you have for us today?
I have a few announcements I want to make. The Third Emmanuel Baptist Church, they're having a 3-night revival, and it's a family affair. I don't think that's the name of it, but it's a family affair. It's going to be September the 28th through the 30th, and they will have Reverend Moses Garden III. That's Uptown representing. And then Reverend Dr. Moses Garden, the daddy. And then there's Reverend Dr. C.S. Garden.
Sound like Moses is in the house.
Yeah, the Garden family's in the house. And, of course, we want to appreciate them. That's at the 3rd Emmanuel Baptist Church, which is located at 187 3rd Emmanuel Street, Bridge City, Louisiana. Reverend J.C. Dyson Jr., Sr. is the pastor, so we thank God for them. Let people know what's going on there. Also, in fact, this morning, today, they're still having something going on at the Abundant Life Tabernacle Full Gospel Baptist Church for the Women in Vision, Women's Vision 2016. It started on Friday, and on yesterday, on Saturday, and continues on this morning, at 8:30 a.m. They'll be honoring the glory speaker, Elder Edana Richardson from the Abundant Life Tabernacle Full Gospel Baptist Church. 10:30 a.m. is the fire worship, Elder Leah Anderson from the Abundant Life Tabernacle Full Gospel Baptist Church. And 5 p.m. on today, there's a culmination with First Lady Avis Anderson of the Israelite Divine Spiritual Church of Christ, #2. And taking it by force is the theme, and the sub-theme is my it is not your it. Taking it by force. My it is not your it. I also remind everyone, I just give people a little heads up that coming up on next month, as I work exclusively with my community, remind everyone on the 18th of October is Night Out Against Crime. And so that's the third Tuesday. So be sure to leave. The least you can do is put your porch light on. Put your porch light on.
Represent.
Let your porch light shine. Let your little light shine, and let the criminals know that, hey, I'm taking a stand. And so it's Night Out Against Crime. We have a block party that's going to be taking place at the Atkinson Stern Tennis Center. That's at 4025 South Saratoga Street, and it's from 6 to 8 p.m. Marlin and Delachase Neighborhood Association have joined forces, so we're going to come together and have a night out against crime. We'll have food, we'll have games, entertainment, and it's a good way for people to get to know their neighbors,
Well, the best thing that happens, we come up. I think you still want to own the Little Night Walk. You came up in the Little Night Walk, so we were kind of like family oriented and community oriented. That you had friends, and the experience was always you go play with your friends till it get late. Then your parents said time to come home. In other words, you didn't hang around the house. I think it's changed now. I think a lot of young people now. I'm not saying that they're homebodies, but they have more electronic equipment that they can stay and pay their Xboxes, PlayStations, and all of that other stuff.
Okay, let's get a little bit more personal. Now, everyone don't have an Xbox. Everyone don't have a PlayStation, but a lot of these little kids, they have phones and they even have tablets. I know of a 8-year-old girl. She has her own phone and everything, and I remember she got it when she was 5. She got one of them government phones, But this time she got a real phone that the mama got to pay the bill and everything. Yeah, but the point of it is this: I saw her and I heard her talking. Okay, I'll put it like this: I'm not even trying to embarrass anybody, but say the right thing. So this little girl at 8 years old is FaceTiming.
Yeah, I know.
You know what FaceTiming is
and
everything.
FaceTime.
But the thing about it is, she's FaceTiming and she's playing games all at the same time.
You can do that?
We're multitasking, and that's the. I won't say the trouble, but that's what these young kids are doing. They're doing one thing and they're doing another. So she's FaceTiming somebody and then she's playing games at the same time. Little corner, got the little picture in the box thing, but she's still playing games. And I said to her in a nice way, it's like, that's disrespectful. You're not giving the attention of the person that you're talking to.
Right. You tech savvy and stuff like that, and I know you multitask all the time. So definitely. Is that a way that shows that they're very what I want to say electronically intellectual, or is it a way of saying that they're rude? Which is it?
Well, it's a combination of rudeness in a sense because we just talked about how we had friends. We went out to go see our friends, play on the street corner, whatever like that, when the lights go out and all like that. But at least when the lights come on, it's time to go in and everything. But kids today, I was looking at the news on a morning show a couple of days ago, and the new phones are out and everything, and the president and CEO of Apple with the iPhone mentioned the fact that our generation is analog. We grew up in the analog age, but the kids today are more digital.
They're digital.
They're digital, and so they don't know nothing about. I teach a little girl, the same little girl I was talking about, teach her how to read the hands on the clock. 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. Because
that's how you were taught.
Yeah, that's how I was taught. I know when I look at a clock and it's big hands here and the little hands there, I know what time it is.
That's right.
But these kids today, you ask them what time it is, and you show them a clock or a watch.
They can't tell time?
They can't tell. I won't say they can't, but it's just like...
It's confusing.
Yeah. They look at their phone. Oh, it's 8:20,
So they cheat.
Yeah, they cheat. Yeah. But the point of it is, we grew up in an analog age, and the kids today are growing up in a digital age. It has its pluses, but it also has its minuses because there's not that interaction with like minds, with like spirit, with like people and everything. Anybody could anybody could say on any kind of social media, hi, and all like that. How
That's
are
not
you?
really. That's not really interacting with a
I
person.
got 5,000 friends and all of that.
Right.
Yeah, right. I mean, how many of them know your birthday or whatever?
Well, what is that? What is that? A personal appeal? Because you can have a whole lot of people that know you on Facebook and all the other Instagram and all the other things that people utilize. But are you really connecting with them? I'm asking because I know you tech savvy, and so
Right.
you know a lot of people communicate with you, and you go back and text them back or respond to them on Facebook or on Instagram, whatever.
Yeah.
How does that feel? Because does that feel like they know you or you know them? How does that feel?
To be honest with you, it's part of my job to be on
Okay.
with social media and everything. And in fact, a lot of the pluses and minuses with my job in the radio is the fact that how many likes you get and how many people have visited our web pages and stuff like that.
So that's incentive for the job.
That's incentive for the job.
But
and
what
everything.
about personally for you?
It's a shame. I'm gonna be honest with you, since you sort of put me on the spot like that. It's not the same because I'm a personal reaction person. I'm a personality. This is true. I'm a personality.
But you're a people person.
I'm a people person.
I seen you work a room.
Thank you.
Not just in church. You know what I'm saying? We've been to other events, faith-based events and stuff like that. And I don't want to say you're using your personality, your radio personality. You're using your personality per se. That. You said a statement a long time ago. I never met a stranger. Well,
No. I was introduced at when I used to work at WRBH Radio for the Blind, and the general manager said to me, she said, "This is DK. He never knows a stranger."
Right.
And so, in other words, once I get introduced to you, you're not a stranger.
Right.
And I like the way you say work the room because it doesn't matter where I'm at, whether I'm at a coffee shop or whatever like that, I see a little kid, I see somebody, I was like, you ate all those beignets or something like that,
I mean, that's interaction.
An interaction.
And I think that's because you were raised that way, coming up in a young age. We were taught to be polite. We were taught to interact. We were taught to say good morning, say good evening. And we were taught to.
I'm sorry. If we was in New York City, you say good morning. They don't say good morning.
No, they don't. They're not.
They're not used to hearing somebody say good morning.
They say, what you trying to mug me?
I'm sorry, they had to say it like that.
We gotta go. We're gonna go to break, and we'll come back. We're going to talk to Reverend Smith, but we're going to have another guest, and we'll be right back. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Poor nutrition today will increase Sarah's chances of anemia, add to her healthcare costs, sick days, even stunt her ability to learn. And the thing is, Sarah's not even born yet. Get proper nutrition before it's too late. Call or visit WIC. WIC provides nutrition information, healthcare referrals, even food. Your child has you, and you have WIC.
Mrs. Johnson, good to see you again. This is Mike. You can trust him. He looks just like you. Plus, 2 against 1 is more intimidating when we force someone to sign a loan.
And I'll be sucking up to you in order to keep up the illusion.
So, here are your low monthly payments and interest rate as we promised. Here's where they triple. The rest of this stuff, I don't think a lawyer can read this. It protects us. Make sure